Hello guys, my name is Ben, and welcome to another SourceMod tutorial with Comax Gaming. So, last week we left off here, and we were creating the multidimensional array. And I explained what this array is going to store. The name and the price of all the items that we're actually going to get here. So, let's continue with this. And here we are checking if this doesn't equal nothing or null, in this case, basically if this exists. Now that we check that, we want to actually explode a string. Now this means break the string into two strings when you find a specific character. For example, if we had this and then we have this, and if I tell this function to break when it finds two minus characters, I believe, then it's basically going to say, okay, goodbye characters and welcome to two strings. Like, it's going to have two separate strings right here, this one and this one. That's basically what it does. It's very useful. So the string says text, the string to split, so we're going to use the buffer here. I'll explain all of this in a second. Now it's asking for the split delimiter, and we're going to use two of those and the buffer to store it. It says an array of string buffers, a 2D array, so not a 3D, just a single dimensional array, and we're going to call it we have buffer. Wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to use that. So as you can see, it says buffers, and we're gonna actually name it temp string, something like that. The max strings is gonna be 2, and I'm gonna explain this in a second. Please wait. Bear with me. And size of no, not size of. Actually, we're gonna have 200. Okay, what does all this mean? Buffer is gonna be the string that we wanna explode. Like, we wanna get this from here, and we wanna explode this. So buffer is gonna have the value of this, which is gonna be in the file in the future, right? And it's gonna say, okay, I want you to break this string when you find this, like right here. So it's gonna break when it finds this. It's gonna split the name and the price into two different strings, which is gonna be your temp string, which is gonna be an array, actually, single dimensional array, and it's gonna have two. Why did I say two here? Because we're gonna have two values, the name and the price, and we're gonna have a maximum of 200 characters each. So I know the price, you're never gonna have 200 characters for a price, but you might have for a name, and unfortunately, if you want 200 for this one, you have to assign 200 for that one. Like, you cannot have 200 for this one and, I don't know, 20 for this one. Yeah, BRB. I'm gonna turn off the air conditioner. Okay, sorry, it's summer here, so very hot. Right, so we're gonna have to create this string here. Now, like I was saying in the previous tutorial, we're gonna use decal because when you use new, it's actually gonna index that array. Like, it's gonna say, okay, the first one equals 0, the second one equals 0, the third one equals 0, and so on, or nothing, actually, because this is a string. When you use decal, it's gonna create that string. Yeah, it's gonna create the array in the string, but it's gonna have crap in it. Like, it's not gonna make it equal nothing. It's gonna have random crap that you really don't want. But since we're reassigning everything here, we really don't care what's in there by default. So we're gonna have to declare the string, which is gonna be called temp string and 200. I hope you understand this, right? It's a it's an array, not multidimensional. It's a 2D array, which is gonna have two slots, one is gonna be for the name and one is gonna be for the prize. 200 characters each, and we explode that in there, right? So once we have this exploded, we want to use the multi-dimensional array that we created before in the previous tutorial. Now I wanted to use this here, but yeah, I forgot that we had to use a 2D array and not a 3D array. So yeah, we're gonna copy this, the name of it, and here we want to make. Alright, so give me a second, I'll explain all this in 1 second. Okay, so like I said up here, 0 is gonna be the name and 1 is gonna be the prize, like for each one of these, right? Doesn't matter if we have 0 here or 1 here or 2 here. Like in the first one, it doesn't matter what number we actually have, because this number is gonna be the ID of the item, right? In here, like what we have here does matter, because like I said, 0 name, 1 prize. Like I put 2 here because we're gonna have 2 values per array or per item, or yeah, for each one of these we're gonna have 2 items or 2 values. So yeah, it also starts from 0 here. That's why we put 0 1 and not 1 2, because 1 2 is gonna be like out of range because it doesn't exist. So it's 0 1 0 1 and 0 0 1 1 2 2 and so on until 199. So yeah, what we're saying here, okay, is take items, the variable, and point where we find the item ID I, in this case, because what this is gonna do, like when we have I and we convert it to a string, it's gonna actually get it from here, right? So when this equals 0, this also equals 0, and when this equals 0 and this equals 0, this right here is gonna equal 0 as well, because we want to have the same thing that we have here in here. Like we don't want to have this. When this equals 0, we don't want to have the 1 stored in here. We want to have 0 here, 0 here, and 0 here. Okay. I hope that was clear enough. So 0 is gonna actually 0 at I at 0. Like this is gonna be 1 2 3 4 5 until 199, right? So you're gonna have a bunch of numbers to replace here in I, and it's gonna have 0 and 1. 0 is gonna be the name, because the name goes first, and then when it breaks the string, it's gonna have price in the second slot. So right here we have price, right, assigned, 2 items there. So what we have here, if we do items I, this is gonna return 2 values. It's gonna return the name and the price in one variable, like because it's in a multi-dimensional array. So this is amazing because we can have like both values in the same variable, so it doesn't mess up and mix, and we get a different name for a different price for a different item. It can never break. It's like really weird if it actually break. It shouldn't break, yeah, whatever, you get the point. It never breaks. So yeah, that's what we're doing here. We are assigning everything and storing it up here in this array. So yeah, now what we have all that, I don't know if we should say anything. I don't know. I really don't think so, because you can here, if you really want to, you can add an else statement saying, alright, this doesn't exist, like this one, like imagine we were at, I don't know, 150 and you never added an item here with the value 150, then it's gonna do nothing there. It's gonna like say, alright, I didn't find it, whatever, that's good, let's continue with the other one, and so on until it reaches the final number, which is 199 or 200 if you start from 1. Now here though, I do want to add an else statement, because I want to point out that you didn't create any. So yeah, print to server, and here you want to say you have not created any items yet. So what I'm saying here is that you're gonna have to add them manually, right? Actually, no. We are gonna create a function to add any item in game. Sounds cool? Leave a comment below, like if you really wanted that. I really think it's gonna be cool, because we're gonna actually learn how to put values that you add into the key values with this thingy right here, and also we're gonna check if the item exists, right? Because we don't want to override an item. If the items exist, then we're gonna say, do you wish to override the item? And then you can say yes or no. Yeah. So we're saying, okay, no items, I cannot do anything here. Yeah, I want to reg a server, actually no, a admin cmd asm load items, command load items, and whoa, I'm gonna set it to root basically now, because it's like you're gonna be reading from a file. You can do it, like you can give it to any admin if you really want to, by changing the flag, I don't know, to generic, and any admin is gonna have that, like any admin that has the generic flag, right? So yeah, we are always gonna load the items when the plugin starts, meaning that when the server actually starts and it loads the plugin, all the items are gonna be loaded as well. In here we want to actually do the following: keyv rewind and db as the parameter, and now we want to close handle db. What this means is, okay, when we look for all this, we're gonna be in items, right? Because we're gonna jump to the key. Right here we're saying, okay, jump to key items, so we're gonna be in here. Key rewind is gonna say, okay, we are here, then okay, move back here. Like we're gonna be here and we're gonna move back here. That is what this does. Because if we really didn't do this, it's gonna, like, if you were storing a value, it won't store, and later on it really messes up everything. So yeah. And close the handle, well, you know what this does, it's gonna actually close the handle we created before. So yeah. Now for the command that load items, public action. I'm gonna explain this in a second. I'm not crazy. Well, maybe I am, but yeah. Yeah. Why did I add mode here? Because if we actually removed an item when we have the server on and we remove an item and then we called this command, and it's gonna like, imagine we had 150 items and I removed the item 150, then it's gonna still have that value. I'm gonna explain this in a second. Wait. Alright, public action. You'll understand this in a second. It's not that hard actually. Maybe you already understood what it does, but maybe not. Whatever. We wanna return plugin handled. I wanna load items. 1. So here what we're gonna say, if a string equals and here we actually do want to say if. Bear with me a second, I'll explain all this in a second. Okay, what I'm saying here is, okay, when you first load the items, we're gonna send 0 here. Okay, now here what we're saying, if the string does not equal null string, it means if this was found, then we want to assign it whatever, yeah. But if the string was not found, because it does equal that, then we want to check the mode. If the mode equals 1, then we want to set this to nothing, like items here, here, and here to nothing. Because if we were checking this in game when the server had already loaded all this before and we removed the item, it's gonna still be there because we're never removing it, because we never touched that there. That's why I'm doing this. I hope you understand what I'm saying. It's kind of confusing. I'm gonna try to show that in later on when we actually test the plugin, to see if everyone understands what I'm saying, because it's kind of confusing, I know. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna leave the items for later, like, yeah. Now we want to reg a console CMD. Crap. And we're gonna use menus for this. We're gonna use menus. Yeah. SM show items. I don't know, you can call it whatever you want. Command show items. And BRB because I just got a message. Alright, sorry about that. So yeah, we're gonna have a menu. Public action command load, command show items. And I want to make sure I wrote that. Yeah. So client I'm gonna copy and paste the return plugin handle because I really don't like typing that. It's very annoying. But yeah. In here we wanna create all the menu stuff that we're gonna use. Like, we're gonna display all the information we get from the key values in here. Right? So yeah. So let's start with this. New handle. We're gonna call it, I don't know, menu handle. Like, yeah, like always, I don't know. Equals create menu. And the handler, how can we call this? I don't know. Items menu handle. We're gonna use this later, like a callback. So yeah. For now, we're not gonna use this for now. You can ignore it if you really want to. Okay. So set menu title. 2 arguments. The first one is gonna be the menu handle. So menu handle. And the second one is gonna be the actual string. So I don't know what to call this. Um, Actually, we're gonna have something. We're gonna have something like, I don't know, welcome store, like some, I don't know. No, welcome to the store. And then what we're gonna say is we're gonna break the line, so slash n backslash n equals new line. Like it's gonna like create a new line. Your credits and %d, and we're gonna have we're gonna have this in like, I don't know, yeah, a tutorial in the future. But I'm gonna actually cut this here, guys, because we are on 21 minutes and it's getting quite long. So thank you a lot for watching. I appreciate that you thumbs the video up, like you rate it up. It's like only takes 1 second. Come on, please. Also, please make sure to subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. Also, please share this video with your friends. Education is free, and I really think that it should be free for everyone and always. So yeah, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial. This was Matt with Comax Gaming.